Hello everyone and welcome back to Easy Dentistry, a channel that makes dental education incredibly easy and interesting. Today we are back with another important lecture from pharmacology, that is chloramphenicol. But before we begin, make sure that you have subscribed to our channel and also put on the notification bell so that whenever we upload a new lecture, you get a notification of it. So in this lecture, we will be studying Introduction to chloramphenicol, its mechanism of action, the antibacterial spectrum of chloramphenicol, the resistance towards chloramphenicol, then the pharmacokinetics, adverse effects, interactions and uses of chloramphenicol. So starting with the introduction, chloramphenicol was first introduced in 1947 and it was derived from Streptococcus venezuelae. Since then, it is being synthesized chemically. Chloramphenicol is yellowish to white crystalline solid. The aqueous solution of it is stable. It stands boiling but need protection from light. Nitrobenzene moiety of chloramphenicol is bitter in taste and it has the antibacterial action. Now let us study the mechanism of action of chloramphenicol. Chloramphenicol binds to the 50S ribosome site of the bacterial cell and interfere with the transfer of elongating peptide chain to newly attached amino acid tRNA complex, and thus it reduces the protein synthesis. So primary action of chloramphenicol is it reduces the protein synthesis in the bacterial cell. Now, higher doses of chloramphenicol has shown to cause reduced mitochondrial protein synthesis in mammalian cells. The bone marrow cells are highly susceptible to the action of chloramphenicol. Now, the antibacterial spectrum of chloramphenicol. Primarily, chloramphenicol is bacteriostatic. At higher concentration, it may be bactericidal also. It has a broad spectrum of activity against all gram-positive and gram-negative cocci and bacilli, rickettsia, chlamydia, mycoplasma. Now let's note some differences between tetracycline and chloramphenicol. Chloramphenicol is highly active against salmonella, including the Salmonella typhi. Chloramphenicol is more active than tetracycline against H. influenzae, B. pertussis and Klebsiella. Then chloramphenicol is less active against gram-positive cocci, spirochetes, Enterobacteriaceae and chlamydia. Now, the resistance towards chloramphenicol develops in a graded manner. Let us study the mechanism of this resistance development. First, the S. typhi acquires resistance to chloramphenicol by transfer of the resistant factor by conjugation. Then, the gram-negative bacteria acquire resistance by acquisition of a resistant plasmid which encodes enzyme acetyltransferase, and here you should note that this enzyme acetyltransferase causes inactivation of chloramphenicol. Then reduction in the permeability of the cell also causes resistance, and a reduced affinity to the drug causes a resistance in organisms. Now the pharmacokinetics. The oral absorption of the drug is rapid and complete. There is 50 to 60% plasma protein binding. There is wide distribution of the drug. The volume of distribution is 1 liter per kg. It freely penetrates the blood-brain barrier, placenta and the serous cavities. The metabolism of the drug, it is conjugated with glucuronic acid and it is excreted unchanged in the urine. The plasma T-half of the drug is 3 to 5 hours. Now, the adverse effects of the drugs. First, the bone marrow depression it is the serious adverse effect caused by chloramphenicol. It may cause aplastic anemia, agranulocytosis, thrombocytopenia, and pancytopenia. Now, this bone marrow depression is recognized to be in two forms. First is the non-dose related idiosyncratic reaction, which is very rare, that is only 1 in 40,000 cases. The reaction is unpredictable, it is fatal, and it has a genetic basis. While the dose and duration therapy related myelosuppression has direct toxic effects, the reaction is predictable, reversible, and it is due to inhibition of mitochondrial enzyme synthesis. Now, hypersensitivity is also caused by chloramphenicol in the form of rashes, fever, atrophic glossitis, and angioedema. Then, irritative effects may be in the form of nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and pain on injection. Superinfection is less common with chloramphenicol. Now, interactions. Chloramphenicol reduces the metabolism of warfarin, cyclophosphamide, and phenytoin. Now, phenobarbital, phenytoin, and rifampin, it increases the metabolism of chloramphenicol. Thus, the plasma concentration of chloramphenicol is reduced, resulting into failure of therapy. Now, erythromycin and clindamycin shows mutual antagonism with chloramphenicol. This may be due to proximity of the binding sites close to the 50S ribosomes. Now, the precautions to be taken while administering chloramphenicol. These precautions are very important because chloramphenicol has a great risk to cause bone marrow aplasia. Chloramphenicol should never be given in case of minor infections. It should not be given in infections which are treatable by other antimicrobial agents. The repeated course of the drug should be avoided. Daily dose maximum is less than 2 to 3 grams and the course should not be extended more than 3 weeks. Regular blood count should be done while the patient is on the therapy. Now, the uses of chloramphenicol, no specific indications is given in dentistry. Other medical uses include meningitis caused by H. influenzae, anaerobic infections, intraocular infections, typhoid fever, brucellosis, cholera, UTI, whooping cough. Topical use is in conjunctivitis and otitis externa. Here we complete with the lecture on chloramphenicol. The next lecture will be on aminoglycosides. Please subscribe to our channel right now if you don't want to miss the lecture. Happy studying!